Hi guys, welcome to another installment of Good Critic, Bad Critic. Today, I will be the good critic. My name is Andrew. Thank you for joining me. Also joining me is this poopy critic here, Kyle.
I'm the bad one today, guys. Bad to the bone.
Agent Kyle, I believe.
Agent
correct?
Kyle.
Yes.
Smith.
So if you're new here, let me just give you a little rundown really quick. Good critic, review positively. Bad critic, review negatively. No matter how we really feel. It's fun. It's charming.
It's light.
Delicate.
It's fun.
Light. So thanks for checking us out. And while you're doing that, make sure you go over to YouTube, subscribe.
Numbers going crazy.
They're climbing, baby. So if you want to get in on the ground floor, now's the time. Instagram, numbers have been up. So get on over there. Follow us at Good Critic, Bad Critic. And leave a review if you're listening on Apple or Spotify
Or anything else.
If they have reviews. I don't know. I'm sure they do. Thank you for doing that. This week's episode is focused on The Matrix, 1999. But before we get into that, it's starring Keanu Reeves. I just wanted to ask, what's the first movie you think of when it comes to Keanu Reeves?
Speed.
Really?
Yeah.
Mine's Hardball.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Speed's number 2.
It's just burned in my mind. I know it's not a great movie. I have to revisit it.
I think it's pretty fun.
Will it hold up?
I hope so. I don't know. It's been a while.
Maybe on the list.
Who
Yeah.
knows? Yeah, I'm a Hardball guy, then Speed, and then John Wick now.
Yeah, it's
and
John
then
Wick.
it would have been Matrix.
I would say Matrix, John Wick, interchangeable.
Two giant franchises, you know what I mean?
I would probably go those two movies over Hardball. But that's just me.
All right, whatever.
G baby.
Yeah.
Rest in peace. All right.
So this was written and directed by Lily and Lana Wachowski. Yeah, it's Wachowskis. I read it correctly. All right. So a little synopsis will tell you. We'll get you in the Matrix.
Did you write this?
Yeah. I did. I wrote it down. Set in the 22nd century, The Matrix tells the story of a computer hacker who joins a group of underground insurgents fighting the vast and powerful computers who now rule the Earth.
Wow, man.
That's scary.
That cuts deep.
That is scary. Is that what's going on now? You decide.
You decide.
All right, I'll kick it off with a nice positive review of The Matrix. So, have you ever felt like you were in a Matrix? A simulation, I mean?
Sure.
Let me start over. Rewind. Have you ever felt like you were just living in a simulation? Well, it's because you might be. Truly. You might be in The Matrix. So, this is a film astonishingly ahead of its time, correct? Correct me if I'm wrong. That's right. Minds were opened, right? The sci-fi genre was not only questioned, but it was enhanced and it was pioneered to the next level with this feat of a movie. The two movie creators, they went far and beyond. They asked all the questions everybody else was afraid to. And not only did they do that, they defined the action genre and changed it forever. All because they just had to put this out there. I need to fucking break this up next time, not do one giant paragraph. I got lost.
That's fair. It's fair.
All right, but anyway, this is a movie that everyone needs to watch. The vision, it goes beyond what you can imagine and an experience like no other.
Wow.
Thank you.
Wow. All right. Bad critic coming in. Boo. This movie feels dated. Watching it in 2024. All you have is new metal, and leather. And I'm just going to pick nits at this film.
Yeah.
Morpheus, the entire movie, is being too nonchalant with Neo. Trying to find him, trying to teach him. He just letting it go. This is the one who you think is the savior, and you're just like, hey, you got to figure it out yourself.
Follow
it. Follow the you're going down the
rabbit hole.
The rabbit hole. You're following the rabbit. So, why do we have the FedEx driver dropping off the phone to Neo? Why didn't Trinity give him the phone the night before?
What if Trinity got caught?
Brother, she didn't. She didn't.
What if?
Also, the agents, the main antagonists of the movie, they're literally a computer program, and they seem to know less about the Matrix than these humans. Big plot hole, in my opinion. The biggest plot point that stood out to me, though, is Cypher. He's talking to the agents, but we know when you're plugged into the Matrix, someone has to call you to get you out. So how did he sneak? How did he sneak around and do this? Overall, this movie is flawed, and it makes you think. However, I'm left with more questions than answers.
Wow.
Yeah.
I don't know how I don't have the questions answered for you, but
You
I'll
couldn't,
do my
brother.
best here with a couple of awards that we got to hand out. We're gonna start with best performance.
Yeah.
I want to give it to Trinity because I remember her opening up a world unknown to young Andrew, but it did not go to her.
I understand what you're talking
It
about.
went to Agent Smith. I thought he nailed his role the
Okay.
best out of everyone because he was like monotone, that weird face.
He has a weird face.
Yeah, and he used it well to make him look more evil because he is evil. I just thought he nailed it.
I don't know how to pronounce his last name, so I'm just going to call him Joe P. as Cypher.
Pantaleonis.
Pantaleima
I don't know.
Amano. I had to give it to Cypher just because, like I said, didn't love his character, and he just didn't do it for me. I didn't fully believe, like, his character. And everyone else was pretty solid. He was a
Believable for sure.
low point for me.
All right. Let's move on to best quote. I'm going to give this to said Agent Smith. It's when he's got Neo. Wait. It might have been Morpheus, yeah. And he says, "Human beings are a disease, a cancer to this planet. You are a plague, and we are the cure." It really narrows, or like focuses in on what the movie's about. And I thought it was just well delivered, too.
Okay, so I have Agent Smith as well. Just a little earlier, same quote, basically. He says, "I'd like to share a revelation that I had during my time here. It came to me when I tried to classify your species, and I realized that you're not actually mammals. Every mammal on this planet instinctively develops a natural equilibrium with the surrounding environment, and you humans do not. Guess what? That doesn't mean we're not mammals.
Yeah, no, mine was way better anyway, so.
Literally, we're
Worse.
mammals.
Worse.
It was all in the same.
I don't know. That I feel like a computer should know what a mammal is. Why is he trying to change
Why is he
the
trying to change it?
definition,
Yeah.
right? All right, let's move on to best scene. So this is when Cypher turns on him. I think the best scene is like that whole embodiment where they go into the house, they realize they're trapped, Cypher's gone, and they have to get out. It leads to like the best shootout of the movie with all the agents and the police. I think they're not agents as well.
They're not agents, yeah.
And then them trying to get out, and they get Morpheus. I don't know. Favorite scene by far.
Okay, like when they're in the hotel going up
Yeah.
to get Morpheus?
Yeah.
Sick. I had the worst scene. It was kind of tough, but I went the training simulation with Neo when he's learning Kung Fu.
I have to agree.
Just because it is so corny. Like, they're trying too hard to be cool. Exactly. It's just it's cornball. As a kid, I thought it was
Badass.
sick. Badass. As a
kid.
man, not that cool.
Speaking of as a kid, so I watched this for the first time when I was probably like 11, way too young, but
You didn't fully get it, but you
I
thought
did
it
not.
looked cool.
I thought it looked pretty
Yeah.
cool. But there's that scene where he wakes up in the pod and comes out of the goo, and I remembered that scene so
Vividly.
distinctly, and it freaked me out.
Okay.
Dude. It
Yeah.
freaked me out. Wasn't my favorite.
Fair enough.
Rewatching it. All right, we move
brought
on.
it back.
Yeah, it sure did. All right, move on to costume. I'm gonna give it to Morpheus when he's in the Matrix. He looks dapper as hell. Nice all black suit, gold tie, armless shades. What
I
the
know.
fuck? I want some.
Worst costume. I'm gonna give it to Keanu Reeves coming out of the pod with no hair.
Yeah,
This
creepy.
man, yeah, literally, because I'm like, young, old, any Keanu Reeves, handsome as fuck, bald ass, nasty,
No eyebrows.
disgusting. I'm like, I can't do this. Why'd you do this to my man? As it's burned into your head,
It's now.
it's burned into mine,
And it's going to
Yeah.
stay there. All right, move on to best song. I'm going to give it to the closing song as we get the end credits, Wake Up by Rage Against the Machine. Great choice.
Yeah.
Just a great choice.
I went worst song being Dragula in the club because I feel like it didn't quite, it didn't fully quite like get me there. Like, I love the song, I love the industrial type vibe. The song didn't fully do it to me.
But
Had
it's
to give it the
accurate
worst.
as all hell. I'll tell
Yeah.
you what. I remember 99 clubbing. Okay?
Dragula was playing.
Was playing. All right, we move on to cameo. I gave it to the woman in the red dress. It's not the best definition of a cameo because her name's Fiona Johnson. I don't know who she is, but I remember her. She looks good. She gets everybody's attention, you know? So, best cameo.
I like the call. I went nothing because
That's fair.
I didn't feel like there was a cameo in there.
Sometimes you gotta
Yeah.
you gotta reach.
Yeah.
And that's what I did.
And when you said that, I can respect your choice.
I can respect you respecting me.
Yeah.
All right, and then stunt. There was a lot of cool ones in this film. I went with the one where they're in the walls.
That's
and they fall down once they get caught, shot through the wall. I thought the crash was. I thought it looked cool, and it was like a great idea.
So I went worst on sliding down the inside of the walls.
You're a fool.
Here's the biggest complaint I have as the worst critic, the bad critic. the worst. They are literally shooting through the wall point blank, and they don't get them. It's fairly cool how they slide down, but guess what?
They're dying.
They're dying.
Speaking of, like, if I had to play the role of bad critic, I would have said when they're in the chopper with the Gatling gun, you're hitting Morpheus 100 times out of 100. But I'm not, so I'm not going to.
You digress, yeah.
Cut that out. All right, those were the awards. Let's move on to some honest thoughts about The Matrix.
The idea is so solid.
Phenomenal idea.
Because everyone's thought about it like, holy shit, what if this is a simulation? How would we know?
Absolutely.
You wouldn't. But given the choice, red pill or blue pill, I'm going blue. I'm going blue too. I don't fucking want to know. I'd rather be ignorant.
And Morpheus was not a great salesman. I guess it's part of Neo's character being like a curious mind or whatever, but no thank you.
Well, yeah, he's like searching for it, so like
I'm good though.
He wants it. I'm with you, but that's the thing. I actually did have a problem with him being too nonchalant. Like, he legit is like, I'm not giving you answers.
Decide.
Yeah, you decide.
And I
don't care. What did the Oracle tell you? Don't tell me. It doesn't matter.
I don't need to know. I know you're the one. What?
Yeah.
You're not the Oracle. Yeah. I thought it was ahead of its time for sure. I did mean that. I did think though, like, the idea is great. I thought the execution was more good.
Yeah.
It felt pretentious way too much. Like, they were like acting like the Alice in Wonderland references were just like mind blowing. Like, he was like, I don't remember who said it, but he was like, oh, you're going down that rabbit hole, huh, Alice? And he's like smirking while he says it. Like, it's not that clever.
No,
but.
It was Cypher that said that.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, more than likely. That really bothered me, but like not the technology, but like the way they perceived it was pretty cool.
Exactly.
I thought everybody was really good for the most part. Nothing special, but
it's
didn't
solid,
take me out of it. And the action is really cool, like more often
than not.
I'd say it's a must watch, but not like in a holy shit you have to watch this kind of way.
Back in the day, I understand why like this is like completely mind blowing. Now I'm like, yeah, it's pretty good.
This is the only one I've seen. This did make me want to watch all of them.
The other two, there's actually
4, right? There's
4 now.
One.
Yeah,
I'm sure that was probably like looks
terrible,
amazing,
but I'm sure it's terrible.
It might be. I don't know. I thought it got good.
I think
praise. I don't remember. I thought 2 was good, 3 was shit, and then I thought 4 was like, yeah, they did pretty good.
But that's like the thing. Back. They just. You can only go so far with it.
Absolutely, yeah.
I think they could have ended it after the first one and just left it open.
Yeah.
Good to go. But they cashed that cow. Overall, I'm giving it a 7.9 out of 10.
I gave it a 6.7 out of 10.
Okay, yeah.
And that's like in that good to almost great range. Yeah. And that's good enough for me.
I think it's great as in what it did.
Yeah, no, it's definitely inspiring.
Yeah. First of its time, ahead of its time.
Yeah, absolutely.
You had to give it up for him.
Yeah.
Loved it.
All right, if you're still here, thanks. Next episode, we'll be doing Greta Gerwig's Lady Bird.
We'll catch you then. Bye.